I played Skate for 1 full week. From leveling to co-op play and even microtransactions, here's what I think about the game so far. Before we start, I got a little disclaimer. I am fully aware that this game is in early access. I will not be discussing graphics because I believe that is all preference at the end of the day. This video is not meant to intentionally trash the game. I do enjoy the game, but there are a lot of things that need to be worked out before full release. All of the opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone, and whether you agree or disagree, the comment section is always open for conversation, but let's try to keep it as respectful as possible. And now let's get into the video. Gameplay in itself isn't bad. Dating and tricking is fun for the most part, and with an ever-growing trick log, everything feels fluid and somewhat clean for an early access game. The gameplay problems are things that should have been released with the game over the actual playability of the game, in my opinion. Not having the ability to tweak your board to me is kinda lame. One of the things that made Skate 3 so fun was tweaking the looseness or tightness of your trucks and wheels to get different playstyles. Maybe it isn't a new Skate and it's a new feature, or it's a different named feature and I just haven't seen it yet, but if it's not, it really should be added, just like the other two things on the list in this section. Having no private lobbies or parks this early is kind of an L. I get the game is supposed to be online and you're supposed to be tricking around with other players, and I do enjoy tricking with other players. I like seeing other players hit some crazy stunts, especially when I'm failing and somebody comes and hits it. I really do enjoy it. But if we're being 100% honest here, sometimes people can just be annoying. They can block your path, start ruining some of your best jumps, ending some of your craziest trick lines. Sometimes you just want to get away and just play a game of one-up or skate with your close friends in Super Ultra Mega Park. And that leads us to the next issue with the gameplay. There are no game modes so far in the game. It's all daily rotated missions and bland story quests. Free skating is really fun, but traversing the map to get to all the fun spots can get tedious and repetitive real quick. And with fast traveling being locked behind story level and not from exploring and running around, climbing and doing all of these fun skate spots can almost become a chore and make you want to turn off the game faster than these stupid manual pad missions that exist. Point blank, the story is boring. The characters are dull, the voice acting is actually bad, and besides learning some new tricks, if you're new to the franchise, it doesn't really serve a purpose. Now, like I said earlier, every single fast travel point is locked behind story level, so you literally cannot get to any of the good skating spots without a lifetime of climbing or having those fast travel points accessible. Certain parts of the map where all the fun things are at can't even be accessed consistently, because you need to be a level 5 here and have 10 fast travel points there and be able to go. It's too much. It's too much. Nothing in Skate 3, nothing in Skate 2 were locked specifically behind story, like story missions, you know? In Skate 3, you can get on Skate 3 right now as a level 1. If you have the content, if you have the packs, you can go to Danny Wade's pool. You can go to Super Ultra Mega Park. You can go skate the observatory. You can go to Stadium. That's the part that made Skate 3 so fun. You can grind the story when you wanted to without it being the main point of grinding the game. Which takes me into my next point. Right now, I can't progress in the game because of a co-op mission. And I know I can just join a random party, or I can recruit some of these close friends that I was talking about, that I was saying I wanted to play Skate or one up with. I know. But why not have those co-op missions be some of the daily rotating missions, while potentially soft cap some players from progressing because of the need to force the multiplayer aspect? The game is good. The game is going to thrive. I don't need to be forced to play multiplayer to enjoy this game. Good gameplay speaks for itself. I don't want to be forced to have to do these 2 or 3 co-op missions in order to get to the next 5 single player missions. That just doesn't make sense. Which, even though it starts repetitively, it kind of leads me into my next point. Once again, the missions absolutely make no sense. There are only 2 things that come out of all story mode missions, and that's fast travel once again, and you can actually get some sick clothes. Other than that, the grinding feels pointless. The other skate games, Skate 3 specifically, the one I've been mentioning in this entire video, my favorite skate game personally, They had board sales and they had Hall of Me challenges. And that gave you something to work towards, like the coolest clothes in the game, like being #1 on your friends list in board sale. Now all the Hall of Me challenges has been replaced with stuntman missions that give basic rewards, and board sales just don't even exist. You can't even build your own team of skaters anymore, so in the future you're gonna be forced to do those group missions online only. The microtransactions are cool looking, but not necessary right now. We are still missing like some of the basic tricks like dark flips and dark catches. And there's some features like we spoke about earlier that still hasn't even been spoken about. But if you look at the store every 4 days, they're updated with new content and there's new drops and I don't really have a list of problems with this section because I believe microtransactions and the way they are handled suck. I am okay with battle passes and some sort of content passes for free games because I understand they need to generate a revenue. But I will never be okay with the entire game being 5 different Founders Editions and six $100 packs, and it doesn't mean anything. They don't need to be there, and it's only an example of corporate greed, in my opinion. On a scale from 1 to 10, I can honestly rate the game a 7 or a 7.5. For some people, that may be high, and for others, it might be low. But I feel like that's a good score for a fun early access game that has some stuff to work on. Even with the list of complaints that I presented in this video, I still play the game every day for about 2 hours. The game has a lot of potential, but the marketplace isn't how you're gonna untap that potential. We need to add the tricks. We need to add the parks. We need to add the private lobbies, bring the memorable locations, bring memorable characters. And if you really care about seeing the game become what we know it can be as a skate fan base, bring back Coach Frank. Overall, I think skate is fun. Yes, there's some problems. Yes, there's some things that need to be fixed. But what game that comes out of 2025 doesn't have those problems? I think we need to take the good with the bad, especially once again in 2025, and accept that good games aren't always going to be polished, but it's better than just getting some microtransaction filled half game. This feels like a game that just needs more work compared to a game that was just put out to be a cash grab. Like Rainbow Six Extraction is a cash grab game. It doesn't feel like it has any real depth to it. I'm not saying Skate has as much depth as The Legend of Zelda, but if it has replayability, I want to keep getting on a game. I do enjoy spending time on a game. I think more importantly than anything, we need to start just enjoying the games we want to enjoy again. And that's how I'm gonna end up this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and maybe comment some new games that y'all might want to see me review in the future. I don't know. But until my next video, I'm gonna see y'all. Yeah.